All right, y'all. It's Thursday. SWAC Smoke is in the house. C Wells and DJ, man, we got the man back here. He back with us again. After doing his little meet and greet thing. How was that, man? How did they go? My dad was asking me about that. How did it go?
It was good, man. It was it's a nice little lounge. I mean, I honestly don't know where that fits. I don't know if you go to games to go watch the game on the TV inside of a lounge, but in my mind, I'm looking at it more of a benefit, maybe like Friday night before the game, kind of go in there, hang out when everybody coming into town or something like that. But it's a nice space, nice venue, nice vibe. I mean, I ain't got nothing negative to say about it.
How's the food? That's
That was
you had
good
it.
too. I mean, yeah. I've eaten there several times because I was there for the soft opening and the grand opening. So yeah, I ate good.
Hey, that's how you know you didn't move to the ladder when you start talking about soft openings and all that. That's only for people that's in the know. You know what I'm saying? Or the regular Joes, man. We get the grand opening. Y'all
No,
get the
no,
soft.
no. Hey, I'm just connected to somebody who's in the know. My supervisor, she miss everything. So, I'm just attached to her. You know.
Hey, I mean, but that's what it's all about, man. Being next to somebody that's next to somebody. You
Yeah.
you always good, man. So, man, I'm glad that went off well, man. So hopefully, that can get popping during the season. What's the name of the place?
It's called the Nest.
Y'all check it out if y'all in Montgomery and Alabama State. Y'all
Yeah.
tell them DJ sent y'all, and they probably just look at you, but tell them.
Yeah, that's it. That's about all they might put you out.
But man, uh, we was talking about this before we got on the air, man. But it's football season now, man. I'm giddy, man. It's like I got a bounce in my step, and it just all the whatever is out the way. So we got a couple big games coming up. Got a few things to talk about with that. But you got anywhere in particular you want to start off?
Not at all. What's going
What's
on,
up, Blue?
Blue?
Got
Hello,
Blue in the
Blue.
house. We got my boy Jamie G done popped in. Got Lowe's J. Got somebody in here named Jessica Wells. I don't know who that is, but welcome to the show, man. Hey, thank y'all for tuning in, man. Y'all know it's time to talk some football. So let's start with the game that's not the big game this weekend. So I mean, FAMU and Carolina. Most people pretty much know where that's gonna go. The surprising news to me was they announced Jeremy Musa as the starting quarterback. I thought McKay might get the job, but
Come
that's
on, C. Wells.
man.
That's surprise.
I ride with McKay, man. I've been riding with that man since he went like 9 for 21 in the Orange Blossom Classic last year.
Yeah. I mean, I figured if anybody came in with a little something, they can get the job. I don't hate the kid, but if they got something a little bit better, why not?
Oh yeah, I mean, I like I say, that's just my thought process. But I mean, if the guy is capable and able, then you don't hold your team back for nobody. So this guy give you the best chance of producing, then you do what you got to do. Like Coach Simmons say, for them, it's a getting money game. So they going down there to take what they want. So if he's the guy, then he's the guy.
Oh man, don't do him like that. But McKay is to me almost like a bubble.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, it's football with somebody. This one like basketball.
And we ain't even started. We ain't even had a game played yet. It must be a Texas Southern person did that because we ain't even had a game yet. They already talking basketball.
Hey, so Blue. I mean, C. Wells, anybody. I saw your prediction, C. Wells. You think it's gonna be tight at any point in the game? You think they can ride with them for 3 quarters at least?
I don't know about. I think it might be tight early. And like Carolina lost some pieces, man. They got a new starter, redshirt freshman quarterback, guy they've been waiting for. But they lost, they lost a couple guys out the running game, but they do have some good receivers coming back. So I think if it's gonna be tight, it's gonna be early, probably not long, but I think it might be tight early before they start to click.
Oh man, Blue ain't giving them no chance, man.
Hey, 0-0 at kickoff. Hey, you don't get no tighter than that. Hopefully they get the ball first, so they might be able to score. But it's
So
gonna.
let's go back to, and I mean it's two different teams, but let's go back to State and Auburn last year. I'm sure people was predicting the same thing, but that game was close into the third quarter.
Yeah, that I was, to me, that game came down to Alabama State not being able to really do anything offensively. Their defense played really good in that game. They frustrated Auburn for a long time until the depth took over.
Right.
I mean, they could have scored. They had a couple of drives that got them in scoring position, but they couldn't get any points. If your defense is holding up like that, and your offense has to score, you got to kind of be in that all score all the time mentality in the game like this. So you can't waste opportunities. But that was a surprising game. I was sitting there watching the first half, and I just kept waiting for them to score that one touchdown that might change the game, but it never came.
So keeping that in mind, do you feel like Carolina is head over heels better than that Auburn team?
Oh no! Right now I think Auburn, it was probably better than. They obviously had an experienced quarterback coming back, and they had some guys. They did what they did well, which was run the football. I think Carolina trying to work some kinks out, so I think that's gonna at least slow them down a little bit. I'm being optimistic, but they got I think they're gonna have a few series where they're trying to work things out.
So yeah, with that in mind, I guess my whole point was I feel like Carolina is about on the same level that Auburn was, but I feel like FAMU is a better team all around, maybe offensively for sure, than State was. Yeah, see, it's better. They had 3 5-star top 10.
Yeah, I wouldn't have. Me and Blue, we not that far from scores. I was nice. I said 42-21 because I thought they might get a couple garbage touchdowns late, but 41-13, that's pretty much the same round. So I think it's gonna be, hopefully, the first game, you get the sloppiness from Carolina, maybe you can score a couple of plays, special teams, maybe can get you some points. But right now, it don't look too good sitting here right now.
I got you. I'm just trying to make a case for him. That's all. I
I
don't know
mean,
what's
hey,
gonna happen, but
you always got to make a case because you just never know what happens in a game.
yeah.
Team could come in flat. They looking at, I don't know who Carolina got next week, but they might be looking at that. You never know what happens. Guys ain't, first game, a lot of strange things can happen. But I think it's gonna be up to FAMU to take advantage of any opportunities that they get.
Speaking of Ezra Gray, man, he was at State, man, at least since 2016. That dude was at State for a long
He
time,
was
man.
he was there a long time.
I don't know what kind of eligibility he had. Yeah, I know you ain't going against him like that. I know you ain't hating on him. I'm just saying, like, I'm just trying to think of any kind of scenario where it would be a decent game. I hope they don't just get demolished, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean that's all I ask. Come out and come out with at least the play to win mentality. Come out and try to make some plays. Don't just lay down for 4 quarters and get that check and go home. I mean, if you lose, you lose.
Yeah.
Everybody figures you're gonna lose. So if you can come out and put on a showing, at least that can set you up for the following weeks. So and then at the same time, I don't really put a whole lot of stock in these kind of games because you can come out and look like garbage and then turn around and run through everybody else. So it's just it's just one of them kind of things. But I'm gonna keep my eyes on it. So let's switch over to the big game this week. What's the vibe in Montgomery right now?
Excitement. A lot of excitement, man. Half the school already gone. Administrators, everybody in Atlanta already. So Yeah, it's just a bunch of excitement. I was in the barbershop today, everybody talking about it. So, I mean, it's here. They happy, excited. They think, you know, under the Eddie Robinson era, some things may be different. So,
So,
we don't win this first game, they expecting 2-0. The expectation right now is 2-0 starting the season.
I mean, I'm in the same boat only because I feel like you got at some point the needle got to turn or whatever. Got to spin back around the SWAC way. So, I'm hoping that they can pull it off. But how would I don't know that I don't know quite what to make of them.
Nah, I'm not gonna make that trip. Had some other financial obligations come up in between now and that, but I'll be tuned in.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be watching, man. I'm gonna make sure I clear my schedule so I can check out that game. What's your vibe on the game? What you thinking? Like,
right now, man, it's win or bust. Like I want to win comfortably. I'm actually calling like 24-17, something like that. But honestly, we need to win like 30 something to 14, 30 something to 17. I mean, for me to feel confident.
Yeah, I'm thinking like 2017. I just I think Howard's defense doesn't really force a lot of turnovers. They only force like 5 all year. So I mean that can change this year, but that could be a good thing for an offense that's trying to figure themselves out. But I just feel like it might be one of them sloppy type of games. And Bama State defense is gonna probably carry the load in this game. That's my feeling.
But I think I think he's hurt. I don't know if he's gonna play or not. Urshad Davis.
Oh, he is? Oh,
He didn't play. He didn't play in the scrimmage I went to. Of course, Bubba didn't play. Bubba hurt again.
and that dude got the worst injury luck, man.
But the running back for Morehouse,
Oh, Santo Dunn.
that guy can play. I was impressed by him a lot.
Yeah, his name been ringing a lot of bells lately, man. So that him and Corey Merritt, that's a nice little 1-2 punch.
Right.
You got a guy like Davis who could run in the backfield. That might be enough to carry you, if you can keep yourself out of, them serious long distance situations. But what's your thought process on the quarterback play? I know you had told me something before we came on the
air. Man, I've seen all 4 or 5 of them get snaps in the game. I like Owens a little bit. None of them played terrible, but all of them made mistakes, which is expected. You playing against each other. But I think Crowley looked pretty comfortable in the offense to me. Davis, he looked good at times. He made some mistakes, which is expected, but I think Crowley looked honestly the most comfortable, which he's the most, has the most experience. So I don't know what they're gonna come out with. I've seen something that kind of make me think Crowley gonna be the starter, but I mean I don't want to put no bad information out there. That's just a thought based on something I saw.
Oh yeah, I mean, right now until they say something or we see whoever comes out first, you gotta kind of speculate. So I mean, that all the quarterbacks are capable. The guys who were there last year, they all played. So various amounts of playing time. So they, I don't think it's a situation where you go totally wrong if one of them is out there, but I think everybody brings something different to the table, so it's kind of like what you're looking to do in this game.
Hey, so Blue, you don't give ASU a chance if both of them miss. So you think Howard is good enough to win that? I don't know. I ain't got a lot of faith in Howard. I haven't seen this year's Howard team, so but just off speculation, I don't have a lot of faith in him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in the same boat, but like you say, if major pieces are missing from your defense, especially the guys like leadership roles, that's gonna change some things. But I still think that Bama State's defense gonna be able to get them through this game. Like I said, it's gonna. I just feel like it's gonna be one of them games that if this your first SWAC game, it might not be the best one to watch, because I don't think it's gonna be a pretty game. But I think Bama State gonna be able to find their way out on that.
We can address. Oh, that's a really good offense.
Yeah, they return a gang of weapons, man. And they got like the top 3 receivers coming back. Plus, when they running backs caught a lot of balls out the backfield, they top 3 rushers coming back. Plus, Eden James, a veteran quarterback. Their offense is pretty solid. I don't know about the line play, but their offense is pretty solid. So I think that's going to be a good challenge for the Alabama State defense. They had a couple comments pop up. I want to touch on them, and then we can get back to this game if you want, or we can do whatever how we do.
Yeah, that's cool.
This first one, who do you think will have a better season out of Shedeur or Andrew Body?
Depends on how you judging it. I mean, for a more balanced season, of course I got to go Andrew Body, rushing and passing combined, but probably passing, probably Sanders. I think that team is set up for him to excel throwing the ball. He's got a ton of weapons. They went and got some pieces on the offensive line. So, the ability that they had to set him up, I think gives him the edge in that department. But I think Body going to do his thing too. So, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, obviously Jackson State got like 800 receivers, so
yeah,
they're gonna throw the ball. And I think, like you said, I think it's one of those things. Like if you look at the numbers, Shedeur probably gonna have more passing yards, although Los J probably gonna disagree. But he probably gonna have more passing yards. But Andrew Body gonna have good passing numbers and good rushing numbers.
Right.
So if you add his numbers up, it's probably gonna look a lot bigger. People are gonna also judge it off of wins and losses. People look at quarterbacks. People look at quarterbacks like pitchers. They get the wins and the losses. So I think a lot of people are gonna look at that as who had the better season. Although that's not always the case either. Oh, we got Big Thrillo in the house.
Yes, sir.
And we all swarming as one this weekend, man. We in these kind of games, is everybody against them. So we need to take care of business in this one. Another one I saw here, another TSU one, Ladarius Owens and Ja'Cory Howard. Those are like some serious backs. TSU got a great offense, man. They were number 2 in the league last year. So a lot of people didn't realize the damage that they did, but they have a great offense. They got a solid offensive line too. So our offense is not the question at Texas Southern at all.
Like that last comment say that the head-to-head matchup carry a little weight, Body versus Sanders. Like, yeah, that's.
I agree to a point, because if somebody puts up crazy numbers, let's say it don't matter which team win or which team lose, but let's say the losing quarterback put up ridiculous numbers. They lose a close game, but they put up ridiculous numbers. And the other quarterback that won had, solid numbers, but they won the game. So are you going to say, what side of the fence you fall on? You fall on the numbers, or are you going to fall on the win, because
I fall on when I say head-to-head, I'm talking about their production throughout the game. I ain't talking about the team. See, wins and losses to me is a team thing. I don't judge wins and losses on one player. That's a team thing. I don't care what you're talking about. Football is a team sport. So, yeah, certain players are difference makers, but the quarterback, he can only throw it. He can't catch it. He can't snap it to himself. So
no matter how hard he tried.
Yeah. So to me, when you say head to head, I'm just saying when they play against each other, who has a better day? I mean, it
Yeah, I mean,
doesn't solve on the season, but people gonna look at that day for sure.
yeah, I mean, I totally agree. Because I mean, a wise man told me one time, quarterback wins are not a stat. So,
Yeah,
you don't get extra credit because your team won. Like I said, it's not baseball. Quarterbacks don't have a starting record. So I think it's going. The numbers are going to be great. It's going to be tough though. Yeah, I mean, like that's the only thing I say when a lot of people outside of the people who follow closely, they're gonna look at the wins and losses and think that means everything. So if TSU don't have a great season, but Andrew Body do, some people are gonna lean the other way. So I think you can't go wrong with either guy. They bring different things to the table. So whatever you like, you can get that out of one of those guys. So we're in a good position to have this conversation. So especially with young quarterbacks.
so they say they got a Antonio Cromartie and the Cam Chancellor down at TSU. They've been talking about their defense being assured, so we're gonna see.
I mean, I everybody I talk to, various people have told me the defense is better. So, and I'm one that's been on records all last season and years before about TSU defense not being up to par. I think their defense stopped them from having a winning record last year. So everybody say that they better. We'll find out. That first game is gonna be interesting.
I think this is a good time to kind of make the announcement, but I'm gonna talk to the TSU people too about what you and I talked about the position.
All right, go ahead.
But so I just recently accepted director of compliance position at Alabama State. So I may or may not be able to continue to do the show on Thursdays. That may change, but I know we go to TSU this year, and I'm hoping to make that trip. So I need Los J and Thrillo and them to roll out the red carpet when we come through.
Hey, y'all taking to the Fry Guys and the Turkey Leg Hut, man.
Turkey leg, I need all that when I touch down. And Blue, whenever Blue show up to the Jackson State game, I want to get with you. I have all access pass too, so Blue won't be the only one got all access.
Look at that. And speaking of all access passes, man, shout out to my boy Smash Time Productions. I don't know if he in tonight, but I ran him to Smash at the fan day at Southern this weekend, man. Real good dude. J Max from SWAC and a Fool, he was in there too. So man, shout out to them, man. All them guys doing great work. So everybody doing their thing, and like I say, man, we got a guy over here. Y'all not gonna think about me no more because he coming to the loud. He got all access passes, man. He got grand openings, soft openings.
Oh man, come on, man. I'm just trying to make it out here. That's it.
Hey, we got you connect right here, man. They gonna hook you up. You're gonna be good to go.
I need one.
And like they say, you don't put a lot of stock in the practices and scrimmages, but man, y'all and Eric, a lot of people gonna call me a homer, but man, y'all look out for Trey Lang, man. That kid is gonna be a problem this year, man. I think I know everybody like y'all said this last year, but I know for a fact Southern defense line gonna be better than last year because they got depth this year. So keep an eye out on that guy, man. He's a really speed guy. Him and Jordan Lewis on the line together, opposite sides is a problem. They're playing Jordan Lewis at linebacker more this season, so that's an interesting development. One thing I know, and it was just a scrimmage, but one thing I noticed Saturday, man, Bubba was running 4th team.
Dang.
Now they've been rotating, but he got a lot. He didn't get many reps in that scrimmage, so I was surprised at that.
They say I'll be on my 3rd and final team if I go to Houston. Hey, y'all got a job for me in Houston?
That's the only way he switch up now. Y'all got to pay him now. He don't switch for free. Yeah. Like we say, he would whoever cut the check. So if y'all cut the check, then he there. But they gonna try to put a nice hole on you, man. They gonna put that motion of the ocean on you. That's what they gonna do. They gonna make you forget about them honeybees. They gonna put the motion of the ocean on you.
Appreciate it, Blue.
But man, like I say, it's if you want to, we can kind of just kind of drift a little bit. Since we got only 2 games this week. Yeah. I'm looking forward to next week for sure, the Labor Day Classic and obviously the Orange Blossom Classic. We didn't talk about that game to death. Everybody been talking about that game since last season. Any other games that you know of this upcoming, the next week that kind of stand out to you, or anything might interest you?
Of course, our game. I mean,
of course.
Even if it wasn't, if I wasn't here, but I just want to see how they handle that game as well, because that should be on paper a victory, and it shouldn't be no 1-point game either. So after this week, we'll see kind of what I got to look forward to for next week. But yeah, definitely that game.
So once the city grab you, man, you can't go. I know a lot of people that moved to Houston and never moved back. So
I'm just in and out.
Might want to travel with a bag just in case, what I'm saying?
Just in case I tell them I ain't going back.
Yeah, I ain't never coming home.
Lowe's J talking about what I missed. Man, where you been, man?
But I guess like you said, everybody kind of looking forward to their own games. I'm gonna actually probably watch or listen.
Florida Memorial.
They play Edward Waters this weekend, so I'm gonna try to. I think the game being streamed on HBCU Plus, so I think I'm gonna try to catch that game. Just out of curiosity. I like to know what's up with my team. Oh, what's up, Braxton, man? Thank you for stopping by, man. Y'all, we got Braxton Blackwell from Southern University, long snap in the house, man. What's happening?
Oh, what's good?
Ran into him at Fan Day this weekend, man. Saw my boy, Mr. Goldenfoot, Luke the Leg, all them guys, man. So salute to the Jaguars out there. You know how we do.
Yeah, do work.
Hey, they like I say, man. Like you were saying about in Montgomery, the vibe in Baton Rouge is ridiculous. So I'm trying to temper expectations, but the vibe is crazy, man. We got some people think they're going to Tiger Stadium and run through people. You know what I'm saying? So like,
I don't know about that, but
Hey, I'm a realist, man. Like I say, man, I appreciate you stopping through and showing love, man. We return the favor, so it's all love over here. But
is Jamie G still in here?
Yeah, I think I saw him a little bit earlier.
Yeah, trying to see if he's coming to the game when we play Jackson State this year. It's homecoming. Man, somebody doing you bad. See well.
Ooh, I'm gonna see what they're working with.
Oh, hold on. Is that Lawrence Reeves or
nothing? That's something. Is it? I don't know. That's a good game too. Central against A&T. I think that's gonna be a good game.
That may be Lawrence Reeves. Yes, I may come and check that game out. If you come this way, holler at me.
Yeah, we got another Bama State victory. Like I say, man, I think they're gonna take care of business. I don't know how great a game is gonna be, but like you said, I think you're gonna get a better idea of what you have the next week. Hopefully they can, if they win this game, they can stay focused and take care of business against Miles. Unfortunately, if they don't win, they need to make sure they find a way to not let that game turn into 2. That one loss turn into 2. So, this is a big thing. Is that game on Thursday? I think I saw somewhere the game was on Thursday.
I thought that's A&M game.
It might be. For some reason, I was thinking Thursday.
I know who you're talking about. She just left Jackson State. That's your nephew, aunt. Okay. I'll ask you some questions about that after
Yeah, that's Mr. Reeves in the house. So he creeping in. We got Bama State dropping a 24-16 game to 24-14. Okay, the Alcorn game is Saturday. I for some reason I thought that 17-14 Howard.
Hey,
Howard
man.
27-13.
All right. We like being underdog. That's good. Maybe Howard thinking that same thing. And look over it.
Let them come in there and get stung, you know. But you know, like I said, man, I think this is one of those games. You know, you can't really 100% pinpoint,
right?
And I think that makes for a good first game, man. You know, if it was one of them things, Jamie G say 17-14, Los J say 35-10. Look at Los J.
Los J showing some love, man. He know what's going on. So hey, Los J, you ever run into zero out there in Missouri City, Texas?
Most City.
Yeah.
But I had something I was gonna say, man. It didn't slip my mind now. You know, no, age, bro. It'll come back around, but it'll come back around one of these minutes.
What's up with Valley, man?
What you mean? What's up with Valley?
What you been hearing about Valley? People excited about what they got going?
I've heard some Valley people, man. They say they got some weapons now. They got some. They say they got a quarterback now. They say they got some receivers, which they do got some pretty. You know, Ja'Cory Rankin's a nice receiver. But they say they got some more guys, and of course, you know, you can't go wrong with Caleb Johnson. So they say they're gonna be in the mix, man. A lot of people from Valley think they're gonna come up and surprise.
I hope they do something, just not when they come to Montgomery, but
yeah, that's a key thing. The weather. Hopefully, the weather. Oh, no doubt. Hey, Brax. I'm a season ticket holder, so I'm at all the games, man. And we go on the road, so you'll see us, or you'll hear us or something. We always there. So most definitely gonna be there. Who IMG played? Man, IMG murders everybody, man. That's not even foul.
Has the team been able to practice all the rain in Alabama? Yeah, they've been practicing. They've been practicing in the rain.
Yeah. Cool. And I don't duck no smoke, man. I don't duck no smoke. I only duck if nobody I know is looking for me. But if I know people there, I'm gonna take whatever that come with it. Because that's just, you know, that's just the way I came up, man. Like I grew up when I was younger, when I was a young Jaguar. We used to go to Alcorn, and they had a little raggedy stadium, you know, with a high school side on one side of the bleachers and a big side. So we sat on the Alcorn side, man. You know, you getting talked trash to as a 7-year-old kid, man. You got to be able to hold your own. So I'm good with it, man. I can handle it. I want to see some. I'm kind of run through the. Some people talking about Grambling, man. What you think about Grambling this year?
It's a mystery, man. Like, I don't know what's going on with them, so it's hard for me to kind of gauge. I'm just ready for that first game. See who they quarterback gonna be.
What's his name? Last name Hawkins. I think he was a JUCO transfer.
Quincy Hawkins or something like that.
Yeah, I think Quintarius Hawkins or something like that.
Yes, some kind of name. Yeah.
He's nice. He went to Mississippi, JUCO in Mississippi. Him and Bashawn McCray from Southern had a nice battle in JUCO last season. So I he was one of the guys I thought might get that job. So
there go Joey Jackson. He representing for Graham.
Hey,
we ain't gonna sleep on him. We ain't gonna sleep on him.
That's one of the few. That's one of the few G men I like, man. And I got family that's Grambling people.
Hey, they got to go to Arkansas State and take care of business.
Yes, indeed. That's do some damage there. I guess that's pretty much it as far as let's see. Valley play on Thursday. They play Tarleton State, then UAB and Alabama and them play on Thursday. So we got 2 Thursday night games. And then the bulk of the other games on Saturday, and then of course the big game on Sunday. So I hadn't even heard anything from that guy, man. So I don't know. Y'all might want to scratch him off the list. You don't want to waste a hit list on somebody that's not gonna get on the field.
What's the vibe in Jackson right now? I mean, I can assume that everybody arrogant and cocky, but
well, I mean, from what I've heard, they got 4 guys that's better than James Houston. So I've heard people say their defense is a lot better this year, but a few people said the last scrimmage, the offense ate them alive. So I mean, you take that with a grain of salt. Right. But they said the offense put on an hour show last scrimmage this weekend. Everybody scored touchdowns. Dallas Daniels, that guy got loose, man. Rucker, all those guys got busy, man. So, hey, that's how you do it, man. You just take care of it whenever you see it. But I mean, I heard that they looking good, but they got all the attention, but it's quiet at the same time, really. There we go.
Here we go. Moving on to the next school.
You know what though? I've been missing this. That Jackson State, man. I've been missing that. That's what I love, man. That we're gonna beat y'all by 80 points. And though, you know what I'm saying? That attitude, man. Them last few years they was talking, but it wasn't the same. So I like it, man. I like it. But y'all not putting 50 on us. Knock my camera down.
When y'all go back to go back to Jackson this year, what y'all doing?
We coming to win. Coach Dooley understand what it means to play as a Jaguar in Jackson, man. We don't really lose in Jackson. We used to lose all the time. So I feel like we're walking out there with a win. But that's just me, And Coach Prime said they're coming to dominate. Like he said in his own words, he got 4 James Houstons this year. So, you gotta go with, you gotta get Coach Prime that much, man,
But what y'all hearing about Alcorn? Who's the quarterback over there?
I want to say it's Allen, but I hadn't really heard a whole lot about Alcorn, man. They've been pretty quiet.
That's a good game too, though. That's a game on my list. That Grambling Jackson game. I really want to know what's gonna happen in that one.
Yeah, that game definitely got my attention. If it was any other weekend, that game would definitely have my attention. But I think that's gonna be a big game for Grambling, man, to kind of show where they at. If they can come in Jackson and do their thing, they can kind of make some things happen. That's a good chance to open some eyes up.
JSU, Tennessee State.
Like I said, Jackson State got a few big games right out the gate. So, they're gonna be tested, man, because Tennessee State, I think they're gonna be improved. FAMU, we'll see what they got coming since they got a game already under their belt. Grambling supposed to, a lot of supposed to be's, but we'll see what happens. But they got a chance to. Man, next week that we hadn't said nothing about. What you think about Lane and Pine Bluff?
Man, if Pine Bluff don't win that comfortably, they in trouble again.
I heard Pine Bluff got some more depth this year. So
where they get them from?
I'm just saying what I heard, man. I know
I'm just asking.
I didn't investigate further. I just,
Yeah. But I ain't really heard nothing like the vibe in the city is the same, man. Like nobody's really hyping it up. Nobody's really talking about it. So hopefully, winning will solve a lot. So they get the winning, people start talking again. He got UAPB by 30. Oh man, you got some faith.
Yes,
They
indeed.
need to hire you.
I think the last 2 times they played Lane, they ain't won by 30 combined.
Nah.
So.
Man.
It clicked in my mind what I wanted to say earlier. I finally got some information on that St. Louis Classic, man. I was ecstatic when I saw it. I don't know if you last week, man. I asked a lot of people, and nobody really know. If people live near St. Louis didn't know. They're having a Battle of the Bands.
Yeah, they doing everything.
They got all kind of events they rolling out, man. They say it's gonna be the biggest game of the year by far. So I don't know what they say. They're gonna have a big crowd. I don't know. But I was just happy to find out something, man, because I've been asking about that game for weeks. I was wondering if it still was gonna take place. I guess it's still time.
They're trying to promote it right now. I've seen some people saying, in St. Louis, people need to support it because they want HBCU football to keep coming up there. UAPB alums and stuff like that. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, you got to promote it one way or the other, So hopefully, I don't want no game to not be successful. So hopefully, if you're gonna do this, you need to have success with it, especially if it's gonna be a reoccurring thing, because they've had some classics go by the wayside, man. The Circle City Classic is gone now. I think it's officially done now. That was a classic that I used to love to watch, and I've been to it a couple of times. Chicago Classic went by the wayside. So hopefully we can get some of them things to pop off.
Did you see Corey Reed come on out in his Bethune-Cookman uniform?
Yeah, man. I thought he was already there.
Yeah, he been there. I think he just kind of like put it out there because other people had been saying it, but I think he finally came on out.
Yeah, I saw it, man. So we'll see what happened, man. I hadn't really heard too much from them either, but that's part for the course since they've been here. they don't show up until game day. So I had heard nothing about what they do.
You in Houston still, or are you not in Houston? That'd be a long drive from Houston.
That's like a drive. Yeah. I mean, I can drive anywhere, but I kept my drives. I thought I could drive anywhere, man. We drove to Minnesota in December, man. That was like 24 hours. I was like, woo. That was a test for me. I didn't drive much though. I can't drive too much no more.
Oh, not in Houston. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's a bit much for me. I've already shared my feelings about that game. I don't think it need to be nowhere but Jackson and Baton Rouge, but Chicago. I mean, they got a lot of Mississippi people up there, a lot of Southern people up there, but I just think that's you say that game draws itself, so I don't think you need to make that game be nothing more than what it is. That game gonna draw itself all the time. So, but I mean, I guess if you're looking to start up something or keep something going, you need to get them big names in there and hopefully get but you got to get the locals to these games. That I say that all the time. When it comes to these kind of games, you have to get the local people to turn out and support because you can't count on just the fan bases traveling to these games.
Yeah, you got a point. A lot of people ain't going to a town that's 2 hours away. So imagine 2 schools is not even close to the area, and y'all put a game up there.
Yeah, and it's not 2 teams that got a history against each other or whatever. Right. So you kind of drawing, hopefully you can get some people, and how a lot of us are, if we not winning, we definitely ain't going nowhere. So and that's a October game. So if your season ain't going so well, you kind of make the decisions like, well, we cut this one out.
Hey, and if it's cold, if it's too cold and you losing, definitely ain't sitting out in the cold.
I ain't going. I ain't going nowhere if it's cold and we losing. Like that's out.
Yeah.
But it's like those them kind of sacrifices that you make, man. Let's see what that is. Yeah. Well, that game was supposed to be that Birmingham game, so I'm assuming that's still on. Yeah, I enjoyed that. We played Valley up there one year. I had a great crowd. So I think those kind of games they support, because they like hungry for HBCU football. I know they had the Classic in Detroit for a little while. I think that turned out. I think they drew pretty well up there. Certain places people will turn out because they just want to see HBCU football. But some of these other games, that's hit or miss.
Before we get out of here, kind of switching gears, but we got volleyball in session right now. And we got soccer in session right now. So, what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't really keep up too much with it. I know FAMU defending champs in volleyball, so we're going to try to knock them on off. But you got any high hopes for any of those teams?
I think the volleyball team at Southern, I think they're gonna be pretty solid. They had a scrimmage this weekend, inter squad scrimmage, and they said they came out pretty well. The soccer team went where they won one game and tied one game in Thibodeau this weekend. So that's a good start. They beat Nicholls State and then they tied North Dakota State. So that's a good start. I'm hoping for solid seasons from both teams. They bringing in some talented kids, so hopefully they can produce and win. Man, I'm gonna keep my eyes on volleyball for sure all around this season because the whole thing. Yeah. My eyes gonna be on Grambling volleyball for sure.
I think the Celebration Bowl, I think that would enhance it. To be honest, I think, but I think it should be moved to places either in a SWAC city or a MEAC city, just to be fair. But I don't think it should be in places that doesn't have that crowd. Because I feel like if it was in a SWAC city, a Jackson or Houston or, even a Montgomery, they can play it at the Crampton Bowl. Somewhere where some SWAC people going to show up, or if they played in MEAC people going to show up along with the people that travel.
Well, since you said that, Birmingham raised their hand real fast. They want everything.
They want everything. Yeah.
But I agree. If you're gonna move it, I think you should keep it like in the footprint, like they say. So you get, you don't ask a lot of people because that's holiday season, man. A lot of people kind of pick and choose, if they're gonna go to them kind of games. So I think you need to make it somewhere where everybody can get to. And I wouldn't mind rotating, like you say, 1 year, maybe be MEAC area, next year in the SWAC area, whatever, just kind of mix it up. Everybody love Atlanta, that's the destination. So that's always gonna be in play. And you can keep it, keep that in the rotation, just kind of pick 4 or 5 different places and bounce it around. I think that would be good.
Yeah.
Maybe, a couple places that you can fill up,
right.
For more matchups than certain teams can fill up anywhere, but certain matchups you get, you might not get that. But like I said, I think move it around. I just as long as the MEAC is alive. I guess we should. I guess we should stick with that. Make sure that they make it to the future.
No, I never saw that video.
Oh yeah, man, I saw that. And man, that kid is gonna have a bright future, man. He's a Wells. He's gonna have a bright future. Perry Wells, man. He's gonna have a bright future. So I saw it, man. That was a great video, man. I felt his dad, man, the emotions, to see your kid be awarded with a scholarship after, putting in all that work, and being told by people you're not gonna make it, and you get there and you get to give your parents that news in person. That was emotional, man. Somebody was chopping onions in my house, man. That was early morning. I was like, wow, that was a great thing, though. I like that. I love to see, that's one thing that I always love to see is kids get scholarships, because those kids put in a lot of work. You ain't guaranteed nothing, and you got to go out there and ball out every day. Work scout team or whatever you got to do. And to be rewarded with that, I always think that's a great thing. Hopefully we can see some more of that. And I will say this year, a lot, man, there's been so much more content from everybody, except Bethune-Cookman, on social media, man. I think everybody stepped up to the plate big time this year. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. It got real dusty up in there, man. I couldn't, I had to, kind of dab my eyes a little bit because they got a little watery, but I love that, man. I think that's just a great thing. I've been enjoying the stuff Grambling been putting out, man. They've been doing a tremendous job this year with that. I did want to say, what you think about Coach Prime rules for the first day of school?
Man, I love it. I love it, man. Like, setting the standard, man. Like, you don't want to be the stereotypical jock or athlete. You want to. It's important to teach them professionalism as early as possible. And I'm just speaking from my experience of working with student athletes. Half of them guys can't send a proper email. They don't know how to talk to people. So it's important that you teach them that as early as possible, and you demand it. You don't give them an option. You demand them to carry themselves in such manner that's going to help them, even after football. So I love what he's doing. I wish more coaches would demand that type of thing from them.
Yeah, one thing that stood out in his was that he said, I'm not trying to just make professionals in football. I'm trying to make professionals in life, because your time playing football is never going to be as long as your time being a regular citizen in the workforce. Yeah. I don't care what kind of career you have. You can have a Hall of Fame career at most 15 years, 17 years, if you're great, So that still leaves a long time, even after a career like that. So the average career, like 3-4 years, you have to have something to fall back on, man. Everybody always hyper focused on the league, and that's a great goal, but you still have to be able to, do other things, because you just never know, man. Nothing's promised to you tomorrow. So you have to be, you have to keep yourself ready, because life come at you fast. So I like that, man. Like you said, I'm hoping, a lot of other coaches are kind of, setting that tone too, because it's not just about, making sure that they dress right for school. That's setting the standard for everything in your program. That's setting the standard for how you approach your meetings, how you approaching film study, how you approaching practice, being professional, man, carrying yourself, taking everything serious. You still got room for fun, but the difference between a winner and a loser is attention to detail. So that's attention to detail. And if you can get your guys to buy into that, because like you say, you ain't got a choice, ain't no option. You either do it or you don't.
Right.
And if you don't, then, that go to dough. So I think that's a winning culture, man. When you look at schools that win, you're going to see certain elements of that attention to detail. And I think that's the first step that a coach got to take whenever they take over somewhere.
He can't stay healthy. Tariq
Yeah,
Cohen.
man, he been banged up off and on. You know, and like you say, that's a prime example, man, of a guy that been successful and like I say, got caught up in the injury bug, and you never know what's gonna work out for him. Let's talk a little bit of SWAC guys in the pros before we get up out of here. Marquise Bell had a great game this weekend, man. You know, he led the team in tackles. So
let them boys or them girls,
that's right,
whatever y'all want to call them.
Hey, come on now, don't go down, man. I've been really impressed with him, man. He been working since the rookie minicamp, man. He been putting in work big time, man.
Yeah, I'm happy for him, man.
Have you heard anything from James Houston?
Nah, I ain't heard nothing. Which, honestly, I've been so busy, I haven't even been keeping up with it.
Yeah, I just been trying to kind of bits and pieces of things. So I haven't really heard a lot, but not a SWAC guy, but the Kobe Durant been doing pretty good too. So he been making some plays out there in LA. Tyree Carter been running, with the second unit in Chicago. I know they've been pretty high on him. So I think a lot of guys are kind of showing themselves, and I think there's a few guys coming out this year that's going to be able to also make a splash. So I think the tide is kind of changing. So hopefully we'll see some more guys turn things around.
Yeah, I'm rooting for everybody. Anybody that came from HBCU, I'm rooting for them. So I hope all them guys get contracts, make the 53-man roster, and do well.
Yeah, I mean, like you say, at the end of the day, man, you put all the trash talking stuff on the side. We family, so you want to see everybody succeed. Once you take off the other uniform, we all riding together.
Yeah, I remember seeing something on James Houston.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've been watching the Hard Knocks because they covering Detroit, and I hadn't really seen, even in, I mean, they pick and choose who they want to show. So, I haven't really seen anything from him, but that don't necessarily mean, he's not working because they edit things and show what they want to show as far as stories. So I was watching to kind of see, some things that he do.
Yeah, well, I ain't forgot about the kid from Fayetteville State.
Oh yeah, a guy like that you definitely want to see shine, man. It's always something about a guy from a smaller school that even D2 or whatever that come in and can grind and get it done. So I'm like I said, I'm pulling for everybody. So just pulling. It's weird to say this after the last football season, but I'm pulling for Marquise Bell a little bit harder. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
Yeah.
Defense needs some help, man. Get out there and help them boys out, man.
And one thing that is something that's not mandatory, but when guys make it from HBCUs, I like to see them like put that out there. You know what I'm saying? Talk about it every chance they get. Let it be known where they came from. Not those guys that just make it and don't affiliate themselves anymore.
Yeah, I agree. Like you say, it's not something that you have to do, but It's a great look if you do. You know what I mean? Because it only helps you. It obviously helps the school and everybody that's affiliated, but it helps you because it shows people where you came from. And, you were proud to come from now, and that place helped instill the values and the tools that you have to be successful. So, it's one of the things where I really don't see the point of not doing that. You make it sound like you did it all on your own, and we all know that's never the case for nobody. So, you proud to be from here when you here. You should be extra proud to be from here when you a pro. You know what I mean? That might open eyes with some more kids, man.
That's what it's all about. Sharp?
Do he claim Savannah State?
Yeah, he do.
But hey, see that I don't. That's my boy, though, man. I need to crack out a bottle of Hennessy and some Black and Miles, man.
Hey, I actually got his cognac.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, Shane. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I like old Unc, man. I had to support him one time.
Yeah, man. Unc, my boy, man. He get it in. So, man, like I said, I don't think I got too much on the plate left for the night. So,
Yeah.
been a busy week for both of us, really. So we'll probably get on up out of here.
Yeah.
You got anything you want to throw out there before we get out of here?
Nah, not really, man. Nah, I'm good. Just we'll see next week. Everybody tune in Saturday, ESPN, 6:00 Central Standard Time.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's the best
Yeah.
time zone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Throw that
Yeah,
out there, but
I'm gonna definitely be tuned in, man. Like I said, I'm trying to take care of everything I gotta do before the game because
yeah.
I don't really want to deviate away from the TV. So, y'all, we're gonna be back next week, and we'll cover the game and got a lot of games coming up. And like we said earlier, DJ got a career opportunity coming up, so we might be flexing the schedule, if we can do that or whatever. So we're gonna continue to do what we can do to bring y'all some more SWAC smoke. So we're gonna get on up out of here and hope y'all have a good weekend and go Hornets, go Rattlers too. I mean,
yes, sir. Go Rattlers.
Please go. You know what I'm saying? Don't go out there and lay down. Just so go out there and fight.
All right.
All right, y'all take it easy.